Shalom Aleichem Chevra. I'm going to miss everybody. It's going to be a challenging Shabbos, but it's going to be a Shabbos that we're all going to work on in a positive way to create an atmosphere in our homes of positivity, that this is going to be the way that we're doing our Avodas Hashem this week, and we're not going to be negative, we're not going to krechs, we're not going to say anything that's going to create any negativity in the atmosphere in our home. I wanted to share with you some ideas. Since there won't be a drasha or any learning in shul this Shabbos or even together as a group, we are completing the parshios of the Mishkan. We are finishing all of Sefer Shmos, and the Mishkan is being built, the Mishkan is being completed. And we all know, Vasuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'seicham, that HaChodesh Baruch Hu says, build a Beis HaMikdash, but the purpose is for me to dwell within each and every member of Klal Yisrael. Do we realize what has happened this week? The yeshivas have closed. But where did the yeshivas go? The yeshivas went into our homes. Our homes have become yeshivas. Our houses have become batei medrash. What a beautiful thing. Instead of everyone having to leave the home and going to yeshiva and going to learn somewhere else, instead, all of that has become what our home has become. Everyone is learning, everyone's in this room, in that room, on this device, on that device, going to school, listening to shiurim, learning, hearing from the Rebbeim. Our avoda right now, for Shabbos, our avoda for the whole week, is to turn our homes into a Mishkan Hashem like never before. One message to leave you with: this Shabbos is also Parshas HaChodesh. HaChodesh is Elechem Rosh Chadashim. The idea of Chodesh is, of course, Chadash. That a new Chodesh means there's a new month, there's a new moon, and there's Hischadshus, that we have the ability to start again. The Jewish people fundamentally are about Hischadshus. When we say Kiddush Levana, we mention that Klal Yisrael are like the moon, because whereas everything else has a fixed pattern, but Klal Yisrael is up and down, has ups and downs, just like the moon has Hischadshus. And that's a message of HaChodesh Elechem, of Hischadshus. We live in a time where we have never experienced Hischadshus like this. Because of what's happened in the world with the coronavirus, it's forced the world to enter into a place of Hischadshus. We can't do things like we used to do it. We have to do things differently. What an amazing zechus it has been for Klal Yisrael to see what's happened in the yeshivas, to see what's happened in the shuls, that despite the fact that everyone is almost locked up at home, nonetheless davening continues, nonetheless shiurim continue, the yeshivas continue, everything keeps going, because that's who we are. That's what Klal Yisrael is all about. We risk getting a little stuck in our routine. And there have been components in Klal Yisrael that have been so stuck in that routine that they can't have the hischadshus of realizing we have to be in a new reality, at least for now. There have been people that out of frumkeit have refused to stop davening in a minyan, out of frumkeit have refused to close the shuls and to close the schools, when it's against what the Rabbanim are saying, when it's against what the halacha is saying to do. That's because of a chisaron in hischadshus, that we're stuck in our routines, we're stuck in the way we do things. Even our Yiddishkeit can be stuck in a frumkeit, in a way that's we're doing things. So that's the message of HaChodesh Lachem Rosh Chadashim, is that we always have to know when to move on, when to be able to say, that's the way I did it before, but that's not the way that I'm going to do it now. The reality is the way it is, and not to miss the past, but to say, well, then this is the way that we're going to do it starting now. What will be in the future? What will be with the yeshivas? Will we continue with Zoom? We don't know how long this is going to go on for. At this point, we're assuming it's at least a month, if not more. After Pesach, we will probably still be doing this, but that's the hischadshus that we're going to have. I know personally about myself, I can't remember the last time that I didn't go to the mikveh on erev Shabbos. Probably something like 24 years. But then we had to figure out about hataris nedarim. Have to do hataris nedarim? Don't have to do hataris nedarim. But in any case, So we have to say, well, then that's what we're going to do now. This is what it is. We can't have Yeush about the past. We have to have Simcha about our Avoda in the present. Everyone should have a beautiful Shabbos.